Hello and welcome to another video lecture from Mr. Watkins at mrwatkins.com. Basically what we're going to do here is take a look at cellular respiration and photosynthesis, but from an ecology perspective. And so what we're focused more on is the actual carbon and movement of carbons in this system and how that affects energy flow in an ecosystem. So this is just a brief overview to help kind of put those ideas of ecology and energy flow, nutrient flow, and cellular respiration photosynthesis together, and maybe refresh your memory on cellular respiration and photosynthesis. So we're going to start with photosynthesis. So the sunlight is basically what drives or provides the energy for this process. So we've got light energy that comes in to this process. And these organisms, these autotrophic organisms, take atmospheric carbon dioxide, or if it's aquatic, they'll pull it from the water, plus water, and they will use that to make an organic molecule, a carbohydrate called glucose, and the formula is C6H12O6. Now certainly you can make arguments that there's other products and things that they make, but we're going to focus on stuff that's very basic here. So the carbon, and let's just take a plant for instance as a typical autotroph, the carbon in the carbon dioxide that's pulled from the atmosphere is fixed into glucose. So we basically have the carbons that get basically tied together with water to make glucose. Now, you need to understand that an autotroph, its job, it basically takes or converts carbon dioxide into this process, into this molecule, through the process called photosynthesis. Now, in an aquatic ecosystem, the carbon is present the carbon is present in the water as dissolved carbon dioxide and hydrocarbonate ions. And so the process is basically the same, but it is just slightly different. Nothing that you need to worry about for the IB test or for things along those lines. Okay? So carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, light, water, we basically fix it into a carbohydrate, and that's what the autotrophs do. This process here is photosynthesis. Okay? Now, this is really the basis for a lot of the biosphere that we have for planet Earth. And the idea then is that all the other organisms, all the heterotrophs, their job is to, or what they do is basically feed off of these autotrophs. And so without having the autotrophs in this system, there is a real issue in this system or in an ecosystem because we don't have the energy source coming in. We don't have the nutrient carbon coming into the system. Okay? So in this process then, the heterotroph is going to eat this carbohydrate, and that's the movement of energy. The movement of energy in an ecosystem is through feeding. So it's going to eat the carbohydrate and basically turn the entire system back around. We're going in the other direction. And it's going to break this carbohydrate back down. So I'm just going to write the carbohydrate again. It's going to break this back down into water and into carbon dioxide. And in the process, we're also going to get some chemical energy in the form of ATP. And the molecule carbon dioxide is basically given off as a waste product in this process and then back into the atmosphere, which then it can diffuse back in and an autotroph can pick that back up. So the idea here for ecology and the movement of carbon and the movement of this energy is between these two reactions, this photosynthetic reaction and then this other reaction here that we call cellular respiration. So in the end, we have two systems or two reactions that work together to help move and basically to help the flow of energy and nutrients within that system, all driven by autotrophs and heterotrophs. That's it. Please stay tuned for other lectures. Thank you.